Hey influencers, today we're gonna be taking you behind the scenes of one of our batch production video shoots. We're gonna try to shoot 8 videos in one day.
You know, we know it gets very busy with life, with family, with other priorities. So batch producing is the ways that we get ahead and create lots of content for months ahead sometimes. So we're gonna take you behind the scenes and show you our strategies for batch producing.
Let's go. So one of the first things you want to think about is planning ahead. You know, we're gonna try to shoot 8 videos today, but we didn't plan them today. It's actually been, over the last week, here and there, we've been working on some Google Docs, and we have all of the videos outlined, including the points, the call to actions. That way, when we show up to the shoot today, we can nail everything all in one batch.
Absolutely, you know, preparation is key, and that's why we plan our videos ahead of time, if not weeks ahead, at least the day before. Sean and I, we connect, we go over the notes, we actually kind of go line by line what we're gonna say, so we're familiar, so that the next day when we actually shoot, we're comfortable on camera and we can execute on the videos.
So every time we do a batch shoot day, you don't want to start shooting, actually have like a setting wrong, or maybe your audio is peaking or something, but just even to get a visual and then listen to the sound, we actually throw it into a computer, put it on a monitor just to make sure everything's dialed in. But just I think that's a small power tip that can help anybody before you attack that batch day. Make sure the settings are like premium.
And you gotta make sure if your hair's looking all good, you're all buttoned up, you don't wanna be frumpy, so this is a way to make sure you look good on camera. Whose phone is that?
Yours?
4K.
Hey, what's up, Sean here, Benji here, and this is video.
So we already learned a couple things. Number one, this is super flat because we'll color grade later. But I love that we're shooting this test because I can see that I need to hide my mic better and my mic move it around, and we can move the pillows around. So yeah, you don't want to shoot like 4 videos and like, oh shoot, my mic wasn't turned on, or like, oh, there's like some weird thing in the background the entire time. Get it set up first. Save you so much, man. It took a while to learn this, but it saves you so much time from messing something up in your shoot.
All right, so we're hitting some technical difficulties right now, and that's something that just often happens when you're producing video. So this is why we love batch producing. Instead of doing this maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a month, and hitting these same difficulties multiple times, we just hit it once and bang out tons of videos. We also save time not just in the setup of the camera, but everything, the lights, you know, even staging the area where we shoot, and even just having all of our clothes. As you can see back there, Sean's got different shirts. I've got a couple different shirts, right? Everything is set up for this one massive shoot.
1 hour and 8 minutes past when we wanted to start, but hey, it's still 11:08 right now. Goal is to shoot 8 videos. We're starting video number 1. Here we go. One down, 30 minutes. At this rate, 30 each times 8, that's only 4 hours. All right, so when batch producing, I like to just have a bunch of just shirts, just quick outfit changes, because of course it shows the passing of time as videos come out over multiple weeks. I think as a dude, it's a little bit easier because you can make some quick changes. I know ladies, let me know in the comments if you think, come on, I gotta do my makeup different, I gotta do different things. Let me know your workflow when it comes to batch producing. That took like less time because now we're in a flow. Now we're kind of in momentum. So that's 2 videos down as we hit 12 o'clock. So we treat a shoot day like this like the Super Bowl. Try to get good sleep the night before, and we focus on good nutrition. And so you always got to have that LaCroix stash, right? Plus we got that green juice on tap, always daily essential. Right now I'm sipping on actually some bone broth that I heated up. Some turmeric and ginger. Why? Because we want that mental clarity. Like there's a lot of stuff to communicate during a batch shoot day, but also you want to keep your energy high. Like when you're at video 8, you don't want that video to suck, you know, because you're exhausted. And so there's quite a bit of almost like an athletic mindset that we get in, but it's so valuable. When you have 8 videos in the can, you're so far ahead, it builds momentum, it's super encouraging. You can endure the pain today so that you can post videos tomorrow.
One huge thing to do is definitely like prepare your batteries before a shoot day. And batteries, that's cards, or even just having like, you know, we need fresh AA's on deck for the Zoom H4n. We have like literally this hub that is always constantly charging batteries, because you never know. You don't want that, like, you don't want this to be a reason why you have to stop shooting. But same with SD cards. I make sure that before we put in an SD card that we use, we always want to start with it fresh, and so we format it. But before you format it, you want to make sure it's backed up on your hard drives or your computer or laptop. And a huge thing I think is super helpful is definitely having like a power bank like this. Like, create a station where like it's a one-stop shop. It looks like a mess, but essentially, rather than it being in a million different places, it's all consolidated in one area, so we know where to get batteries and stuff.
One of the pros of batch producing is you actually get into the flow as time goes on. It took an hour to get ready. The first video was about 30 minutes. The second video was almost 15 minutes. So I assume that the other videos would be short like that. So as you get going, you can actually bang out these videos very quickly to produce a lot of content in a small amount of time.
We are just changing the set around a little bit. We're stepping off the wall now, sitting on this little metal bench over here, just so there's variety, right? It's a little bit of a different of a background. It's a little bit of a switch up. And so make micro adjustments for variety in your batch.
Just finished video number 3. I think it actually took less time than video number 2. Excited to get to the rest of the videos today, so we'll get going and start recording.
So one of the things that we've learned when it comes to batch producing is to, when you're shooting your clips and you mess up, and we all do, we mess up constantly in our flow, don't start from like the whole beginning, but start from the last thought and then just jump cut it. Jump cut editing style is not only kind of a YouTube style, but it also is nice because it keeps things snappy, it keeps audience retention a little bit higher because people are not seeing a lot of downtime. So don't, again, kill your whole point or kill your whole flow and just record for 3 minutes and then have to start 3 minutes ago. If you mess up immediately, go 10 or 20 seconds back so you can get more of your shoot done more efficiently. What were your best videos last year? What was, you can really actually identify winners. What are some of the lessons you learned?
Yeah.
Making smart goals for the future starts by looking at the past. So one of the biggest things that actually helps us stay successful on a batch day is having a framework for our videos. So we know really the pieces for every single shoot and we don't miss anything, including the intro, the body of the content, the question of the day, any calls to actions. And actually we have a whole guide out if you want to check that out. We'll link to it in the description below. That breaks down tip by tip our checklists, our video framework. And so link in the description if you want to download that.
And that's why prior planning is so important, because basically when you're scripting or having that framework, it's a checklist of everything we want to hit so we don't miss anything while we're recording.
It's 2:55, and so I've already been shooting like 6 videos so far. Energy's a little low, so dropped a little Nespresso in the scene. By the way, Video Influencers mugs, Influence, Income, and Impact, link in bio if you want to pick one of those up.
We just wanted to share a little tip for you guys that may be starting to batch produce, and we understand that it can be difficult, and you might make mistakes and have some challenges. Maybe you don't say your lines correctly. I can tell you, after doing this for not only 10 years as a general YouTuber, but 4 years here on Video Influencers, I'm always slipping on my lines, right? I may not even hit my lines the way I want it. It can be frustrating, but I'm patient with myself. In a picture form, again, in the mirror, in the bathroom mirror, or on my monitor, or on my monitor, or in the bathroom mirror. In the bathroom on the mirror, or on the monitor on the computer I use every single day.
So we hope that this video has been encouraging, but actually of course, all right. So we hope this video has been encouraging. I don't want to say that. You want to avoid language that lets people know you're learning the plane. All right. So with those 5 tips for accomplishing your goals, there is still a big challenge.
Even pros like Sean, it's been like about 4 hours of taping. Even Sean has to have a little caffeine in him, right? Get a little jolt of energy to get more focused.
You don't just want to set them at New Year's and then look at them again. All right, and also, and here's something super practical. If you've been creating YouTube videos for a while, look in your analytics and look at your top 10. Oh wait, this is actually, I kind of want to take this from the top. Do you mind taking it from the top?
No.
Let's just take it from the top.
And just don't be so hard on yourself, because this is the thing. It's a grind when you're batch producing, but if you stay committed, you're patient with yourself, and keep focused, you can accomplish the content creation.
So that's 8 videos that are now in our pipeline. We'll release one of those a week, so it's 2 months worth of content really created in about 8 hours. And so, you know, we obviously have team here, and we're always at different stages in our business, but this is the very same process I would do when I was a solo creator. I would just batch by myself. I would prep all the videos on a Google Doc. I'd set up all the gear. I would bring a couple outfit changes or whatever it is, and I would just batch produce my videos. You've heard it a lot from us, but like, it matters, like it works. Like if you do the discipline to put it on the calendar, this batch is so that we can take some time off in the holidays with our families.
Right now we're in the thumbnail part of our batch shooting. Now the reason we do thumbnails like this is we want to have them on a plain background, because in post-production, so when they're editing up those thumbnails, we're gonna change the background and make them more vibrant. And you'll notice when they're doing these thumbnail images, they're using a lot of emotion. So a tip is, when you're doing your thumbnails in batch shootings, do lots of different faces, looking different ways. So you're gonna wanna take for every one thumbnail, like 20 pictures to go with it. And we wanna do them in a way that makes sense for the video that they're going to be with. So if you'll notice, like Benji's eyes are going to get big when we're talking about procrastination, or is it too late? Here we go. It's a good option right there, as Benji's using his hands. So we want to film a lot of different types of thumbnails when we're doing our shoots and our batch shooting.
Boom, we just got done batching for today. We shot about 8 videos. We did a little photo shoot, thumbnails, everything. It was a long day of hustle.
Yeah, and actually though, one of the questions you might have is, how do you actually come up with like 8 video ideas ahead? Like, how do you come up with lots of good video ideas for your batch shoot day? And we actually have a couple videos out on that. So if you actually want to watch those, we'll link them up on the YouTube card, as well as post them in the description below. And one thing we also wanted to mention is, if you've been following our journey here at Video Influencers, you've seen that we've evolved and our team has been growing. But it's important to know that this process of batching is something we did solo. Like, we would do all of these steps, and actually the download that we put together for you, and if you want to grab that, we'll link to it in the description below. It lists a checklist that you can follow solo. Plan your videos, set the camera up, charge the batteries, do all of this stuff so it can scale into having a team, but you can also batch just like this, even if you're by yourself.
Yeah, especially when you're just starting out. You're not gonna have the resources for a team or a videographer or a photographer or someone to edit. You're gonna have to do this all by yourself. So just be rest assured, both Sean and I took this strategy of batch producing, and that's why we're creating this video for you guys, and was able to create our channels in the last 10 years. In fact, I've got a challenge for you. If you've never batched before, next time you go to film your next video, film 2 videos to start out small, and then you can work your way up to potentially 8 videos. But just film 2 videos next time you shoot.
We hope that you found this behind the scenes video helpful, and that your next batch shoot will be way more productive. And actually, we put together a checklist that covers a lot of things we didn't even talk about in this video. And so if you want to download that for free, there's a link to it in the description below.
Question of the day: what are one of your tips for when you're shooting one of your YouTube videos? Put it down in the comments below.